Hi everyone, my name is Riddhi, and in this video I'm going to talk about uh, the Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero. This is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and so far I have really liked it. And it is actually I've not completed this book yet completely. I'm going to make a review of the full book after I've completed this book, but this is just stuff that I think about this book till now. So yeah, I'm kind of 80 pages away from completing this book currently. So let's get into the video. So this book is about three new characters that come into the book. They are Piper, Jason, and Leo. Jason turns out to be a demigod of Zeus, so he's a child of Zeus, and Piper turns out to be an Aphrodite's child, and Leo turns out to be a Hephaestus kid. So he likes building stuff, and Piper is very beautiful, and Jason, he can fly. He can literally fly, and he can make rain happen whenever he wants that to happen. And yeah, he's just really a really cool character. And actually, not all of Zeus' children have this ability. There are only two children of Zeus currently, as far as I know. So they are Thalia and Jason. They're basically siblings, and and Thalia doesn't have that ability to make lightning happen and rain happen. Only Jason has that, and Jason kind of has a connection to the Roman side of the gods. Let's talk about the character that I hated most from this book, and that was Drew. Drew is the worst. Like, she is so mean, and she is an Aphrodite's child, so she can charm speak, which means that she can make people do whatever she wants without even like forcing them to. She can just tell them, oh, just bring the cup of water for me. They'll just obey her, and they'll get that for her. And and she can make people do stuff that she wants them to do. And Piper actually also has this ability to charm speak, and she actually got a person to give her their SUV. She's actually 15 in this book, so she's not old enough to drive a car, but that is the reason why she was sent to the school for troubled kids, which is that school is where she meets Jason and Leo, and she makes friends with them, and she finds this teacher named Coach Hedge. He's just a very funny character. He's very funny. At one point in this book, Jason has to tell someone that who is Coach Hedge, and he kind of thinks that what is Coach Hedge? Our problem? Our coach? And then he comes to the conclusion that he is their guide, which was the funniest part in this book, and I really liked it. So, and Rue is actually a very rude character in this book. If someone says something that she doesn't want them to say, you gotta clean the floor. And she's actually the head counselor of the Aphrodite cabin, and before her, Selena was the head counselor of the Aphrodite cabin before she died. But after she died, the oldest person in the Aphrodite cabin becomes the head counselor, and the oldest person was Drew. So that is why she was selected. And I was kind of really weirded out from this whole topic, because the people who are in the Aphrodite cabin cannot vote for the head counselor to get out of that post, because if the Aphrodite head counselor is that bad, I would just want them to go out of there. And and I really enjoyed that part of the book. And currently I'm 80 pages away from completing this book, and it has been really great till now. I really liked it. So what happens is that Jason finds out that he already knows the names of the gods, but he knows the Roman names of those gods. And like Hera's Roman name is Juno, so he knows who is Juno, but he doesn't know already who is Hera. But Hera and Juno are the same god, but he knows Juno, but he doesn't know Hera, which was kind of weird. And he can speak Latin very fluently, and every other half-blood does know how to speak Latin, but they're not very fluent in it. The language that they're very fluent in is ancient Greek, which he doesn't know much of, or it is not mentioned in this book that he knows ancient Greek or not, but he knows Latin, which was really weird because very less of the campers in Camp Half-Blood know how to speak it very fluently. Leo was the son of Hephaestus, so when he was claimed, Jason already knew from seeing that stuff on his head, like a hammer appear on his head. He knew that he was a child of Vulcan, which is the Roman name of Hephaestus. So yeah, it was really weird, but then at the end we're probably going to find out why. Piper, Leo and Jason go on a quest to save Hera, who has kind of started this whole thing. The part that was really devastating in this book was the part when Leo tells the story of his mom. His mom was such a kind person, she was such a great person, but she died, and he blames himself for her death because he has the ability to start a fire from his hands. When he summons the fire appears on his hand, and and the last person who had the fire abilities was born very long ago, and he burned London down completely. That is why Leo was kind of scared that none of the campers will want him in the camp, because he knows the ability how to start a fire without even doing the stone thing or without matchsticks. So he never told any of the campers about his ability, and at the end he lets Jason and Piper know about his ability, and they do not hate him or anything like that. The thing in this book is that Piper has dreams of her father being killed, and she wants to find out why. And one day in Camp Half-Blood, she has a dream that her father is on this mountain, which is, I don't know what was the name of the mountain, but there is this monster named Encladus, and he has her father, and he wants Piper to lead her friends Leo and Jason into this mountain so that Encladus can kill them, and he will give her father back to her. So her father was a normal mortal, that is why she was a half-blood. So yes, and technically, the one part that I found really interesting in this book is that technically Aphrodite is the oldest god of all of the gods, because she emerged from the sea, and the sea had remains of Oranos. I guess that is how you say that. And Oranos was stronger than any god or any titan. He was the father of the titans, and titans were the parents of the gods. So that was quite interesting. So even if you think that Zeus is the oldest one, actually Aphrodite is the oldest one, if you think of it technically, and she was probably the strongest one as well, because she's directly related to Oranos, who was the god of the sky, and a dirt woman who was Gaia. She will wake, and the main thing in this book is that they have to save Hera, who is led into this trap. And the main aim of Jason, Leo and Piper's quest is to save Hera, and Piper actually does want to save her dad as well. At one point she tells Jason and Leo that Encladus gave her dreams, and he was asking her to lead Leo and Jason to this mountain where he will kill them, and then he will give Piper her father, which they did not. And Piper actually expected them to kick her out of there, but they did not, and they were kind of sorry for her because she was keeping this in herself without even letting it out, and that is why they go to save her father instead of saving Hera. And if Hera will die, then the whole Gaia will start to wake. It will be doomed. The whole human history will be doomed. And obviously this will not happen because we have Leo, Jason and Piper who are here there to save us. I'm really excited to complete this book. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Bye.